Welcome back. We have a nice group of people here in the studio with us. We have Mickey Pendergrass on your far right, I think, and then Tina Cole next to him, and then Joel Bratton is right behind there. We're talking about an emergency preparedness fair. Now, tell us about this. We talked about this last year. You reminded me of this. Mm-hmm. And is it basically the same format as what we had last year?
Only bigger.
Oh, it's always got to be bigger. You can't. Well, you're not satisfied with anything, are you?
Last year was our first annual emergency preparedness fair, and when we were planning it, we planned for 300 to 500 people and maybe 20 vendors, and we had 28 vendors showed up, and our best count is we had over 1,000 people come through.
That's good.
And we done a little survey of the folks, you know, so we could kind of get some feedback on what we wanted to do for this year. And we only had one kind of negative little thing. And so, you know, but we wanted to fix that. So the negative comment was there was no cookies. So this year we have a cookie vendor set up, and we're going to have a cookie booth. And
then you're going to get a complaint from someone else that says you have too many cookies.
Well, no, probably
You
not.
can never have too many.
They just
Oatmeal, yeah, there you go.
the complaint we're looking for is that everybody's wanting to be next to the cookie vendor.
Yeah, yeah.
So what is an emergency preparedness fair?
Well, our goal is to reach out to the community to give them information on being prepared for an emergency, whether it's a natural disaster or something in your home, a job loss. It could be, you know, a busted water heater while you're on vacation and you come home. That's a disaster to that family.
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
But then again, a natural disaster, tornadoes, floods, earthquakes.
Ice storms.
We just really teach being prepared, being able to take care of yourself.
You know, when you think about this, I always think of what happened in Gassville a few years ago. How many years ago was that?
2008.
2008. That's 5 years ago. It just seems like not that long ago. But do you think about that when you're putting something on? Do you think that you're really going to help people in an emergency situation that could possibly happen in our area again?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. Is we're going to have folks there with storm shelters for people to look at and see what they're like, get some pricing. We're not selling anything. We're just giving information, and it's free admission. We just had so much fun last year, and so much positive feedback. People were saying, you're going to do this twice a year now, right? And we're like, no, probably just once a year. But they just got a lot of good information, and they said, you know, they just really appreciated getting this information. They had no idea about some of it.
Well, I know Joel, he's with ServPro.
Yes.
And tell us what your company does. I mean, I know, but a lot of people out there may not know, but you kind of fill a gap.
Yes, and that's why we're part of this fair, because a lot of people don't know when they have a water or fire loss who to call. And you know, Mountain Home area, the Ozarks has ServPro there to help people out in the front end of that water or fire loss event.
And what counties do you serve?
Baxter, Boone, Fulton, and Marion counties. We also hit Izard County. We also go up in West Plains, Howell County. So, we're hitting all the remote areas where someone would not normally think, hey, who do I call? Do I have to call these big companies out in Jonesboro or Fayetteville? But no, locally here, there's a ServPro that's professional that can help people out in case of a disaster.
And do you go in and help with the cleanup?
Yeah, we help with the cleanup on the front end of an individual, so help organize their life at the very front end. So
Now, I would assume you'll have people like the Red Cross.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have a list of some of the people that
we have 44 confirmed vendors going to be there this year.
All right.
And that's a list.
Okay. You have some churches here. Airvac will be there.
Red Cross, Salvation Army.
Okay.
Seventh-day Adventist is going to have their cleanup buckets. The CERT team will be there. Oh my gosh, the shelter, some folks with shelters. The Boy Scouts are going to be there to help us out.
The Forestry Service will.
Forestry's
going to have Smokey Bear.
Will the Forestry Service be there? But now the government shut down, or
these are Arkansas State Forestry.
Okay, State Forestry. Okay,
federal.
Doesn't have to affect them. Humane Society will be there.
Yes.
You know, one thing that happens when you have a natural disaster is your pets get dislocated. So that's a good thing too. The Mount Home Fire Department will be there.
Yep.
Of course,
they're a big supporter for us.
Yeah, the ham radio operators.
Oh yeah.
That's our first line of communication.
If everything else goes down, they're the last resort.
Yeah.
And they can put up a tin can and a string and talk to Japan. They're awesome.
Well, they basically can hook up something. I've seen those guys stretch wires across, and they know just exactly how long that wire needs to be to get the frequency they need. Of course, ServPro will be there. Salvation Army. That's great. Good, good.
Now those are the ones that were invited, the ones in yellow there.
Oh, okay.
And they may be here if they got if they're in town. Some of them work out of town. They'll be here. If they can get people to work, they're going to be here.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing group of people.
And
All right.
it says on this free child ID. So
Yes.
does that mean people can bring their children? And
We have a total section just for kids. We're going to have games and prizes for the kids. And the Baxter County Sheriff's Office DARE trailer is going to be there, and they'll be doing the fingerprints.
Yeah.
And we also are going to have RPAC, Riders Protecting All Children, and also BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. And they've done a lot of kids ID things. And they were a big hit last year.
Well, Mickey, we don't want to leave you out. Do you want to add anything?
I'm just sitting here looking pretty. So salivating
doing
over folks.
a great job, too.
Well, you know, I have to admit, he spent 5 minutes in makeup, so
Yes.
yeah, he's the prettiest one here
It
right
took a
now.
long time to get this shine.
Get that shine going.
Yeah. No, I'm just proud of Tina as county judge. One of the overwhelming things you learn when you take this position is your responsibilities through, especially natural disasters.
And I bet there's a lot of things that you didn't know.
Oh yes,
of all the
and
all the
things
behind
that
the
you get on
scenes.
board with.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing to me to see not only what we have here locally and people. The preparedness fair is good because when people go through a natural disaster, that's when you teach them to prepare, because now they know, and the county learned that, the state learned that. But we have some wonderful resources across the state of Arkansas, wonderful support. You'll be surprised if you come out to this fair to see some of that. And we've invited even more than what shows on that list. So, but Tina has done a great job getting this together and modeled it off another one, and it's going to continue to grow.
Good.
And appreciate ServPro's major sponsorship of it, as well as the others that's on the list.
That's good.
And but it's really important. I told them last night at the quorum court meeting, I said, I want you to know that September is Emergency Preparedness Month, so we have our fair in October. So be sure to come out and do that, so you should have it on your mind.
Yeah.
But it is important.
Well, we want to encourage people to come out. Again, tell us where it's going to be and the
It's at
times.
the Twin Lakes Plaza, the parking lot in front of the old Walmart on October the 19th.
Plenty of
from
room
10
there.
to 2.
Yeah, you bet.
And so we're going to plug the Rotary Pancake because they done their pancake breakfast last year, and everybody
Around
went
the
and had
same time.
pancakes. Then they
Yeah.
come to the
Great
fair, and then they had
Cool.
lunch with us.
Yeah, now they can come out
It
with
was fun.
cookies.
Yep, lunch
now
will
they
be
have
lunch will be provided, and cookies will be there too.
And everybody can gain 10 pounds during that
Yeah.
day.
And I will just take a moment to say thank you for having us on here to talk
Yeah.
about this, to make it aware of people within the Mountain Home General area. You hear the saying all the time, and I know in my position I hear that there's nothing to do here. You've highlighted that there is a lot to do here,
Lots
and a
to
lot
do.
of things to participate. And it's the volunteer in this community concerning the whole county
Yeah.
that you'll ever
Yeah.
see. And this is just one great example of. Tina can talk about a proud CERT crew and what that stands
Absolutely.
for, and they're a big
Yeah.
part of this.
Our community emergency
We thank them for their
response team.
volunteer service.
Well, you'll stop complaining about things not being able to do when you start applying yourself and being
Correct.
involved. And that's what
Yep.
I like to see, and that's why I get to see this passion every week, you know, and I commend everyone for not worrying about the paycheck and doing things that are important in the community. And we don't need to rely on government for everything, because there are a lot of people out there that are really concerned and have passion for our other fellow neighbors.
Well, and I'm going to put in a plug for all the folks that have agreed to come because they're all donating their time and
Sure.
energy, and
Sure.
we have no budget. Everything we've done has been at no cost.
Right.
Very
So
good.
we're
Again,
grateful.
the date is
October 19th,
October 19th.
10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the old Walmart parking lot, Twin Lakes Plaza.
All right, come out and be ready to learn something new.
Come out and have fun with us. We
Yes,
have
a
big
lot of
time
kids'
Eat some
activities.
kids activities
Yes, we'll
and
have
cookies.
that. Come see us. Look us
right.
up.
Thank you all very much.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having us.
We'll take our last break, and when we come back, Enoch Pippin and Jennifer Baker will be here to talk about History Day and the LC Salmon Juice Center. Stay with us.